Oh, there's a bunch of you guys. Okay. Who are the juniors in here? Okay, and then sophomores. Okay, so I see Zion, so some of you guys, Brax, some of you guys are sophomores. So tell me something here, seniors. Let me start with you. If I were to ask you, what are some of your goals for the next 5 years? So starting next year, 5 years, whatever you're going to be doing, whether you're going to college, the military, or trade school, or going straight out to work, whatever you're doing, what are some of your goals for the next 5 years, seniors? Do what? Pass college? Okay, some of you guys are saying college. Others, what are some of your goals? Pro League, okay. He's got his eye on the ball. He's saying, I want to do Pro League. Somebody else? Navy. We've got a Navy guy over here. You do know that there's no water anywhere near Midland, right? Okay, good. Maybe that's why he wants to do Navy. Get out of Midland, go somewhere cool. What else? What about some of you juniors and sophomores? What are some of your goals post-high school? College. How many of you guys would do college? Okay, how many of you guys are thinking military? Anybody? Okay, how many of you guys are thinking, man, I don't know, I'm just hoping to get out of high school? A couple of you guys. Okay, good. Let me see this. How many of you guys hope to maybe in the next 10 or 20 years do something like have a family? How many saying, okay, I want to have a family? How many of you guys hope that someday you're going to be a dad? Okay. How many of you guys hope that that's not this year? Okay, yeah. Anyways, let me tell you a little bit about me. Let me tell you guys a little bit real quickly about me. My name is Paul Talley. You guys actually may know my son Jackson Talley. He's on JV Purple. He's a sophomore. I was a minister for years and years. I run an outdoor ministry, and what I do is, it's actually my job. I get to take people on expedition trips all over the world. We do backpacking and rock climbing and mountain biking and rafting and fly fishing. So I get to do all these kind of fun things. And actually, when I was in high school, I remember I had a paper I had to write about what do you want to accomplish when you grow up. And I said some of the same things you guys said. I said I wanted to go to school, I wanted to get married, I wanted to do all these things. And one of the things that I said is I want to be able to live and work in a place where I can do adventure sports. I've always been into rock climbing, I've always been into backpacking and doing these things. And I said that's what I wanted to do. So it's really neat to me now that I get to do that. That I actually get to do this as a job. It's something I thought about in college, and I did it. I want to share something with you guys. I want to show you guys something real quick. I went old school. Okay, so I'm going to put this on, and you guys just figure out real quick everything you can about me based on what I'm wearing right now.
Football.
Okay, so I played football. I played right tackle, right? You said, where are my tackles at? Where are my linemen at? Yeah, yes, sir. I'm one of the rare guys that got smaller after high school. It happened. I stopped lifting weights and I just lost like 30 pounds. So I played right tackle. What was my number? 74. What's my last name? Talley. Okay, what was my sport? How many years did I play? How many years did I play? 1. I got 1 bar there. Okay. Right tackle. What year did I graduate? Okay, anybody know what this last one is on the bottom? It says District 25 4A. You know what that stands for? All district. All district tackle. So you see right there, you know that about me, right? So you know that I played football. The M stands for Midway High School. It's in Waco, Texas. I'm number 74. I was on varsity for a year. At the end of the year, I was awarded with all-district tackle. Now, what do you not know about me? What does this jacket not tell you about me? Everything else. Like what? What my home life was like? What kind of worker I was? What else does it not tell you about me? My personality? It doesn't tell me my character, does it? This jacket doesn't say a whole lot about the character. So what is character? It was what makes you. Character is all those attributes about you that make you who you are. Character is things like, are you a hard worker? Are you a leader? Are you trustworthy? Are you someone your teammates can rely on? Do you have a good attitude? That's what character is. You can see from my jacket some of my successes. You can see I played varsity. You can see I got all district. You can see what number I was. You can see these things from the outside. And that's what's funny about success. You know, success and character are two different things. Success is pretty easy to measure. Success, you can see I made varsity. Success, you can see I got some honors out of it. Success, you can see the jacket's a little bigger than it used to be. Success, you can see those things. Character, you can't see. Success is sometimes even easier to measure, and it gets more of our hype. We want to see teams do what? Win the Super Bowl. We want to see teams win a national championship. We want to see all these things happen. But everything about my life actually came about because of my character. So let me ask you something. If you were in, let's say you were back in the day here, if it was back in this year right here, I'm not going to say it out loud because it was a while ago, and you saw me walking around at the movie theater that night as I was a senior in high school wearing this jacket, what would be your thoughts? Okay, guy plays football, right? Okay, I know him. He's a senior in high school, plays football. You wouldn't think too much about it. You might think I'm a dork. You might think I'm cool. You wouldn't think too much about it. If you see me wearing this jacket tonight at the movie theater, what are you going to think?
You live in high school?
Oh, he's living in his high school days. What is a 45-year-old man doing wearing a leather jacket around town? That's the funny thing about success. Success has a shelf life. This jacket was only cool when I was in high school. When I got out of high school, I put it up. But my character has gone with me my whole life. Who I am and what I've learned in football has gone with me every step of the way. A couple of years ago, my high school football coach passed away from cancer. He was an award-winning coach in Central Texas. He was a great man. His name was Kent Bechtel. Wonderful man. His family asked me to do something at the funeral. And one of the things I talked about was that I literally, for probably 20 years as an adult, I would occasionally wake up at night from a nightmare that I had dropped out of football before my senior year. Not because of the success I had, but because I can trace back everything I learned about myself and my character to my experience in high school football. I tried to think about it today, and I can honestly not tell you guys what our record was. I don't remember it. It was so long ago. I remember games. I remember some great times with my teammates. I still talk to some of those high school teammates. I don't remember the win-losses. I do remember what I learned about hard work, leadership, accountability, being the kind of teammate that the others on the team could rely on me. I do remember what my attitude was like. My character went with me my whole life. The successes didn't. And that's the funny thing about success. Sometimes when we have big success, our head gets real big. And sometimes when we have no success, we get really frustrated. And everywhere in between, that's where character lives. You see, because character comes from the things you do every day. Character is not about the highs, it's not about the lows, it's about who you are on a daily basis. And it might be easy for some of you guys to step back and go, man, we've only got a couple more games. I'm just going to phone it in. I'm getting ready for basketball season. I'm getting ready for track. Whatever's next for you. You might be thinking that. But here's the thing. Your character doesn't care how many games you've won, and it doesn't care how many games you've lost. And the goals you have set, you probably set some goals this year, some of which you may not make, but you've set some goals that you will make. And I've heard all of you tell me about goals you have after football. Those goals are on the line. Over the next 2 weeks, you will have an opportunity to continue to grow and win at character. No matter what happens. If you win every game and clean the schedule on out, or if you lose every game from here on out, your character's still on the line. Are you going to be the kind of teammate that others can rely on? Are you going to have an infectious attitude that's positive Or are you going to have an infectious negative attitude that goes through your locker room like a virus? Are you going to be a leader by standing up and encouraging each other? By standing up and making your teammates better? Or are you going to show weak character and phone it in? I remember who I played against. I remember who I played with. I don't remember a whole lot else. Our helmets weren't as good then. Maybe I got knocked around too much. But I can tell you what I do remember. And that's the fact that most of my success today, I've never had a job interview where they've asked me about this letter jacket. I've never had a job interview where they asked me about my win-loss rate. When I was standing at the altar with my wife and we were exchanging vows, she didn't talk about how I played my senior year. And we knew each other. We dated in high school. But my character has been with me in every single moment I've had. Every single goal I've set, every single experience I've had, and every single job, the way I parent, the way I lead, everything I do comes back to my character. So my question to you is, you've got 2 more weeks to strap on your helmet and show your teammates what kind of character you have. How are you going to do? Because don't forget it. I'm an outsider. I'm not one of your coaches. I've seen a lot of your practices. But don't ever forget, when you put that helmet on, and it has that big M on the side, you're representing your family, you're representing your school, and just as importantly, you're representing that man standing next to you, your teammate. And you have everything to play for at that moment. No matter what the scoreboard says. Because your character is on that field, not just your record. And as a fan of Midland High football, I want to see you have high character. I want to see you guys around town in 5 years. And I want to see you be the kind of guy that we say he's a leader in our community. He's got good character. And you know where he learned it? He learned it out there every day. Every afternoon from 4:15 to 6:30. That's what he was fighting for. Not just the win-loss column. He was fighting for the guys in the room, and he was fighting for who he's going to be, not just who he is. That's what men do. And that's what we want to see you guys do. Thank you guys for letting me come tonight. I appreciate it. You guys go get them this week. Go get them this week. We'll talk to y'all later.